Hello everybody! So today I have the perfect EDC blade here with me. And we are going to do a full review on this knife. This is an incredible knife, I'm so excited. And I just feel that this knife has so much to offer. For anyone looking for an EDC blade, you can't go wrong with this guy. This is a fantastic knife. So let's take a look. There it is. The Pickled Steel Ghost. Comes beautifully packaged with a microfiber cloth. And I feel that at this stage, that should be standard practice for all knife companies. You must include microfiber cloths, you must include extra screws and extra pocket clip. That is kind of where we're at this stage with regards to knives. And Pickled Steel is doing that. They are including extra screws, they are including extra pocket clips, and they are including beautiful microfiber cloths that work fantastically. So let's take a look at this knife. It is awesome. Awesome. G10 Scales, beautiful titanium coated pocket clip there, blacked out screws and hardware, and a next level blade shape. Just look at that coating. Titanium coated, plated blade. Pickled Steel Ghost. How cool is that? That's awesome. Wow. I just have to say that this knife looks incredible. Yeah, it's just fantastic. The shine on that blade is next level. And this thing is super duper sharp. But, I mean, that is sort of what you expect. You should be receiving a sharp knife. That is like hair shaving sharp. That's so cool. What? Awesome. Awesome stuff. Love it. Love it. Love it. So, let's talk about this knife and go through some of the specs. We have an overall length of 19.8 centimeters. So that's kind of a very nice length. It's a bit, I think, a bit longer than the Nebula. Yes. So just a little bit longer than the Nebula. And I think around the same, just slightly shorter than the Wahoo. So that's a good blade length. I feel that is sort of an overall great length for a knife. We have a blade length of 8.3 centimeters, or 83 millimeters, which is fantastic. I think that's great. Just getting a little bit extra on the blade there. We have a blade width of 2.6 centimeters, so 26 millimeters, and we have a blade thickness of 3.5 millimeters on the stock. So I know that the Akal is 3 millimeters, so the Ghost is actually just a slight bit thicker than the Akal. But it is contoured, it has this sort of a two-angled grind, so I'm guessing the measurement is taken on that bevel there. So that's cool. Nice blade thickness. I think that 3 and above is a great blade thickness for just about everything. It should hold up fairly well. Obviously, it has a full flat grind on this guy. That's awesome. But with that said, it does get thinner as we go down to the edge, of course. But this thing will be a slicey machine with this full flat grind on the blade. So for food prep, this is going to be a winner. That's for sure. For unboxing things, winner. Packaging, unpackaging, opening packages and stuff, great knife. I feel that this is an all-rounder, fantastic knife. This blade shape is also awesome, but we'll get there. We have a handle thickness of 1.3 centimeters, so a bit thinner than, for instance, the Nebula, which is coming in at 1.5 centimeters. Yeah, it's it has a bit more width than the Nebula with regards to the handle. So you do get quite a nice hold on this knife, I must say. It's very ergonomic, feels great, very soft, it's enjoyable. Okay, we have a handle length of 11 centimeters. Yeah, 11.5 centimeters. So nice handle length. That's a good handle length. Let's measure it up against the Honey Badger Large. That is about exactly the same. So this is, by all accounts, the perfect knife for me with regards to the handle length. So you shouldn't have a problem. If you have fairly large hands, you shouldn't have a problem holding this knife comfortably. It will sit fairly well in your hand. Even in a reverse grip, this is quite a nice knife to hold. So as you guys can see, my pinky is not even close to the edge. I can put a 6th finger on this handle, but that's awesome. Awesome stuff. They did a good job. Let's check the weight, because this thing feels very light, okay? It feels like you will not even notice this knife in your pocket. Let's check the weight there. Here we go. Okay. So exactly what the website also said. It is 100 grams, 101 grams, around there. So guys, that is a light knife. For its size, for how solid it feels, the stock thickness, that is, with this is quite a lot of blade, you know, you're not going to run out of blade with this guy. But with everything said, you know, 100 grams is light, guys. And it does have stainless steel, also titanium plated liners, but they are not even skeletonized. That is crazy. I don't know how they are like recessed in the or sunken in the scales, but they aren't even skeletonized, and they are so solid, so solid. There is very, very little, and I really have to push for like small bit of flex in this knife. Nothing even, like, not even close to the flex you have in a honey badger knife. So well done, Pickled Steel, on this guy. That is just amazing. Okay, we do have a sharpening choil there, so that's good. Nice plunge grind. And yeah, let's talk about just the shape of the blade. We have a sort of a crossover, which is interesting, between something like a trailing blade shape and a drop point blade shape. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. So if you look at the trailing and you look at a drop point, the ghost is sort of right up in the middle. So that's cool. That's very cool. Even with regards to the plunge grind, you kind of see a crossover. That's awesome. I love that. And I also like this logo. It has a sort of a PS logo. Will it focus? We don't know. But okay. Anyway, so cool blade design, very versatile, very natural, very neutral. Nothing weird and funky, nothing sheep's footy or, you know, modified sheep's footy or anything like that. It is just, yeah, just a very plain, normal blade shape, great for everything, not perfect in one area. So that's sort of what sums up this knife. It's just extremely versatile. And that is what makes this thing a perfect EDC and why it is so popular. So actually right now, this thing is on pre-order because I think they sold out in the first 24 hours that they came in. So they came in, 24 hours later, all the ghosts were gone. So yeah, just fantastic. Also the action is phenomenal. It does run on bearings, but the action on this knife is maybe the best that I've experienced from all of the Pickled Steel knives. So that is like with the exclusion of, let's say, the Akal, because the Akal is a button lock, so it sort of just free falls. But with regards to the knives with detents and liner locks, the Ghost, you really can't get better than that. That is just fantastic. And there's no blade wobble, backwards, forwards, side to side, no blade wobble, good stopping pin. So a very solidly built knife, great action, awesome ball bearing action. That's fantastic, fantastic. So we also have these wonderful G10 scales, and it's held together, everything's held together by this little pivot right here, and it has beautiful, beautiful orange pivot collar. That's wonderful. And it sort of looks a little bit different than the usual from Pickled Steel with regards to, let's say, the Wahoo. You have that very thick orange pivot collar. But here we have a thin, just a touch, just a nick. That is so awesome. Love it. Love it. Satin finish on the pivot, which I really enjoy. Otherwise, I feel it would have looked a little bit maybe too tactical if this was blacked out also. So yeah, obviously, in any case, a very tactical looking knife, which is not a bad thing at all. But for someone who is not necessarily looking for the tactical look, it still works. That is still a nice touch and just breaks the blacked out, what do you call it, theme of the knife. So awesome. We do have this awesome textured G10. It's not aggressively textured like, for instance, with the Akal, but it's just soft, practical. You do get some great grip on it. You do have also very nice jumping here on the spine of the blade. Not very aggressive jumping. Yeah, but a little bit more aggressive than, for instance, the Nebula. So you do get a nice grip on those jumping, on that jumping area. Not a finger choil, but you can, I guess, just hold the flipper tab if you need to choke up a little bit. But even in this position, I have a lot of power. I can just feel that. So I wish that the jumping maybe went up a little bit further, like for instance up to there, just because when I do carve something, my thumb will be sitting a little bit more upward. So yeah, I think that's just personal preference with regards to this knife. Then we have some awesome hardware, blacked out. Let's check. It is T6 screws. Yes, we're using our little workshop, a knife maintenance tool. That's a fantastic buy. I think I haven't bought something that incredible in a long time. So check out that little workshop device. Yeah, so, and we have a very functional deep carry pocket clip. Goes in and out of your pocket great. You guys can just look at that. That is fantastic work. Doesn't get in the way at all. Works with the ergos. That thing disappears in your hand. So yeah, awesome stuff. The screws in the pocket clip is not sunken or yeah, so sunken. But with all that space, you really have a lot of material to go over. So it doesn't get in the way. It is rounded, so it won't tear up your clothing. But yeah, great pocket clip, deep carry pocket clip. But you do have this corner here, which I really enjoy, because what this offers you is a deep carry experience with a high ride accessibility. So this little bit of extra material does offer you some traction when you need to access your knife quicker, because that is the downside of deep carrying a pocket knife, is that you need to dig into your pocket a lot more to really access that knife. With some Kershaws and CRKTs, the pocket clip comes up to here, and you have this whole backside to grip and take out quickly if you need to. But with this design, it's perfect, because you're still not walking around with people seeing, okay, you have a knife in your pocket or something like that, you know. It's still very concealed, but you have that little bit of extra material and gripping space to just access your knife quicker. So I really enjoy that. It still definitely disappears in your pocket, that's for sure. So just an awesome knife. Deployment options, you only have a flipper tab, but the flipper tab works great, just works fantastic. It holds your finger. I've never slipped on this knife. It's awesome. It really is awesome. Great stuff, great work. So we have a functional backspacer there, and it does the job. It does make this a very stable knife. And I am comparing it to some extent with, for instance, the Honey Badger, or even my other Honey Badger, which is a DLC coated D2 Honey Badger, because this knife is in D2 blade steel. So, you know, the value for money, this is a 700 Rand knife. Now, I mean, guys, where are you gonna find, once again, Pickled Steel just knocking it out of the park? Because if you look at the Honey Badger, you have drop point style, DLC coated D2 blade with G10 scales. You're looking at 1,600 Rand. That's just the way it is, okay? Maybe if you're lucky, you can get a special and maybe buy it for 1,400. But you're still paying double or more than double what you would pay for this fantastic little Pickled Steel Ghost. So, and it's about the same size. So I really don't understand their pricing. And a lot of people still consider them, you know, as not a budget knife, but they are budget materials, but they are asking like a premium blade price. So this is a fantastic option, guys. If you don't want to pay something like 1,600 Rand for a Honey Badger of the same materials, this is about the same texturing as the G10 scales on a Honey Badger. So you're getting a lot with this knife. You really are. Versatile little knife, lightweight, perfect EDC knife, good action, great blade steel, great grind, flat grind on this blade. Yeah, good cutting edge, reinforced tip, as is the case with most Pickled Steel knives, so that tip will last a little bit longer. If you do drop it, I won't be as concerned. Great liner lock, locks up fantastically. The centering is just perfect. Can't be better. Great deep carry pocket clip. Fantastic knife, guys. Take a look at the Pickled Steel Ghost. It is open for pre-order now. So in the description, there are some links. So you guys can just go check out those links and contact Aldo, the owner, and you will you can place your order with him, because this is a fantastic knife, something that everyone really needs to own. Good stuff, guys. Have a great evening, and remember, remember, no knife, no life. I'm laughing at this guy. Have a knife day. Great stuff.